Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining me today. I thought now that we could start a series on prayer. Prayer is something that we all do, but sometimes perhaps we don't feel that we're very good at it. So let's begin these Moments of Devotion series by looking at 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verses 16 and 17. Rejoice always, pray without ceasing. I stood on the seashore for a moment of meditation as wave after wave endlessly and quietly lapped at the beach. I was reminded of Paul's words, pray without ceasing. When I was younger, I have to admit that I was confused by this verse. It seemed to imply that God did not always hear my requests the first time, or perhaps would not answer them unless they were repeated over and over again. I thought maybe it had to do with sincerity. I wasn't sure. Now I have come to appreciate this verse as a reminder that underscores the benefits that prayer has on our lives. Praying for family, friends, neighbors, and even strangers keeps me focused on people and on situations where God may be giving me an opportunity to help. Praying for spiritual things helps me stay balanced in my life. Jesus relished prayer time. He prayed so often and with such desire that his disciples asked him to teach them to pray like that. It's not surprising that the Son of God, the second person of the Trinity, eternally in perfect communion with the Father, made prayer a priority. Jesus responded to the disciples by introducing what we now call the Lord's Prayer. Our next devotions will be based on that wonderful prayer. Before he even gave them the pattern of the Lord's Prayer, Jesus graciously encouraged them with these words, when you pray, not if you pray, but when you pray. Jesus expected the disciples to pray, driven by circumstances or spiritual discipline. He knew his own would turn to the Father in prayer. They needed that expectation as much as we do. Our failure to pray rarely rises from lack of technique or subject matter. Often we fail at prayer simply because we don't keep at it. We try to pray and quickly give up. Yet prayer is the breathing of our spiritual life, just as we can't afford to stop pulling air into our lungs, so we can't survive spiritually without the healthy respirations of prayer. By giving us a model, Jesus wasn't inviting rote repetition. He was offering a healthy pattern. Spin off from certain verses of Jesus' prayer and expound with your own words for your own needs. Like the waves, opportunities to seek out and focus on the will of God through prayer are never-ending. We pray. Lord, teach me to pray with an unceasing joy and desire. Well, my friends, thank you for joining me today. And may these series of devotions bless you as you live in a life of praying.